Welcome to the Middle Ages. If you know anything about knights, castles, or Robin Hood, then you already know something about the Middle Ages in Europe. The Middle Ages may seem to be an unusual name for a historical period, especially one that lasts for more than 1,000 years. People in the Middle Ages did not know they were in the middle of anything. They thought they were modern, just as you and I do today. In fact, the Middle Ages was not a phrase used by the people who lived during that time period. It is a term modern historians use today to refer to that time period between ancient and modern times. We begin in our journey into medieval Europe, another name for the Middle Ages, by examining some key events that happened long before this age began. The first major event that helped to transform Western Europe occurred when the mighty Roman Empire, having grown too big for one emperor to rule, broke apart into the eastern and western part of the empire. This division had a major impact on Western Europe. With the Roman Empire split into two parts, different tribes took the opportunity to siege some of its lands. Interestingly, some of these people were given the name barbarian from the Latin word barbarus, meaning foreigner or not Roman. The Romans may have considered these people to be uncivilized because they did not speak Latin, the language of Roman Empire. Some of the most successful barbarian invaders were Germanic tribes, such as the Franks, the Visigoths, and the Vandals. These tribes lived on the edges of the empire. As the Romans became unable to defend their borders, these tribes pushed farther to the west. The Vandals looted towns and villages so badly that today we use the word vandalism to describe the destruction of property. The most infamous so-called barbarians were the Huns from Central Asia. Italia, the Hun led this nomadic tribe as they invaded parts of Europe in the 400s. As the Huns conquered, they drove the once dominant Germanic tribes even farther into the Western Roman Empire. As warlike tribes swept across Western Europe and powerful kings emerged, another transforming force appeared: the Christian church. Throughout these years of change, many people turned to the church because it offered them a sense of stability and hope. The heart or center of the church was in Rome, the seat of the papacy. Slowly, more and more groups of people became Christians, including the Germanic tribes. Over time, the church became even richer and more powerful than many kings and queens. It is this time when the Roman Empire was no longer the only powerful force in Europe that many historians consider to be the start of the Middle Ages. Roman, Germanic, and Christian ideas, as well as powerful kings, began to shape Western Europe. In one of the Germanic regions, a great ruler emerged. His name was Charles, and he took control of much of the land that later became France. Charles ruled for more than 45 years. He increased the size of this empire by gaining land in areas that are now part of Germany, Austria, Italy, and Spain. As king, Charles defended the authority of the church. He promoted the spread of Christianity. On Christmas Day in 1800 CE, he was crowned Roman Empire by the Pope in Rome. His reputation was so great that later writers called him Charlemagne, which means Charles the Great.